As an occultist and a medium, I'm going to share with you a real story that involves the paranormal and spirits. Two friends were traveling from one country to the other. When they arrived to the other country, it was 5 a.m. in the morning. They arrived at the airport, they took a taxi to the address where they were supposed to stay. When they arrived at the address, the person who was meant to open the door for them was not there. This was an Airbnb. These two friends were contacting the owner, the landlord of the Airbnb, and this person was nowhere to be found. So they could not enter the building, they could not enter the room that they booked. The country they arrived at is usually very lively, but the city where they were is a very small city. So it was empty. At 5 a.m., they were stranded. They didn't know where to go. It was their first time arriving in that city. There were no taxis, no cabs, no buses, nothing. So they took their suitcases and they were dragging them on the streets. They remembered that they were the only two people walking in the street at 5 a.m. or after 5 a.m. At that point, it was around 5:30 to 6 a.m. And it was winter. So it was cold, dark, but they were lucky because it was not raining, because it rains a lot in that city. They were wandering around for about an hour, over an hour, looking for a hotel, an open hotel to stay at, to check in so they can relax because it was a long flight. They couldn't find anything at all. Everything was closed. Nothing was opened. And after walking and looking for places to stay for around 1 hour and a half, they finally found a cafe that was about to open or half open. Mind you, at this point, nothing was open except for that one cafe. In the cafe, there was an old man. They decided to sit there to take a breath because they were walking for too long and to just have a coffee or tea or something to just energize themselves. The old man was very nice, was very kind, and he served them, he gave them the coffee, he gave them the tea, whatever they ordered. And they were sitting in that cafe until around 7 to 7:30 to 8 a.m. And then they left the cafe and started looking for hotels to stay at until they found a hotel nearby the cafe where they checked in. They were going to stay in that city for 1 month. A couple days have passed, and they returned to the cafe to find out that the old man doesn't even work there. To find out that there is no old man working there, and to find out that all the people that work there are young people or people in their 30s, and the old man is nowhere to be seen in that cafe. As a matter of fact, there's no old man that works there. When the friends were having the cafe, they were the only ones in that cafe because it was very early in the morning. There was no one else. And they realized that the person that opened the cafe for them to relax and to not be worried about where to stay, was actually a spirit. It was a ghost. It was not a real person. Because that person doesn't even exist in real life. Although it was the person that served them the coffee, the tea, and the food that they had. Have you ever had something like this happen to you? If so, let me know in the comment section. And lastly, these two friends, one of them was actually me. So this story personally happened to me.